Okay. Alright, I don't know what's happening here. Hey, future Jim, I need you to... I need you to go away, buddy. What... What the hell is going on? Oh, God, what? I don't know what's going on here. Let's just remove that for now. Oh... I don't even know what that was. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Griever Productions. What a way to start. The whole screen was taken up by Future Jim. Oh, man. Oh, man. That's something. How are we all? How's everybody been? It's been a little bit since I've done anything live. Wanna check up on all of you, see how everybody is going, and what's been happening with people. Oh, I know what that problem was. I know what the problem was. I swapped something out for Future Jim, and it's taken that and it's swapped it out everywhere. That's all right. I'll fix that up at some point. It's all good. But yeah, how are we? We got decent levels here. Like, you guys can hear me over that music, or do I need to turn the music down, or should I? You know what? I will still turn it down anyway. Turn it down a little bit. So, this is a bit of a trial run. What I want to be doing with this kind of thing here is running this as a kind of recap for the week and everything that we've done during the week, and give a little bit of an idea of what's coming up in the next week. You can hear me fine. Fantastic, fantastic. Thank you for joining in, Leah, and you too, Katrine. Actually, do you prefer Katrine or Katarine? Do let me know. Because I don't know if I've been saying it. Been enjoying Disney Week. My little one just pointed out you got a haircut. Yes. Yeah, I did. I got Future Jim animated. I got a little. I got if I put him back here. So I got Future Jim here. I've got a whole bunch of different Future Jims, but the issue is now I've realized he's got my old haircut. Which is just something I didn't think about. So that's an interesting one. But I'm glad people have been enjoying Disney Week. I had a lot of fun kind of doing that, and it was a complete accident originally. Like, I didn't plan to be like, hey, I'm gonna do a whole Disney Week. But I did something like I recorded, I think it was 3 songs. Let me have a look. Let me have a look at what is there. Yeah, because I recorded Dan's, and then Jonathan's, and then I think I did Lydia the Bard's. That's right. And then I realized, hang on, I've done 3 songs that are Disney, so I may as well just go whole hog and do the whole week of Disney stuff, which then ended in me not doing 7. I did 6. Because I couldn't count, and one of them is not on YouTube currently because it's been blocked in 88% of the world for some reason or another. It's a reaction to Panic at the Disco doing Into the Unknown from Frozen 2. It's completely available for free on my Patreon for all free members, and the link should be in the description for the Patreon if you want to go and see that one. But I am hoping that they lift the ban on that one so that I can actually put that out properly. But you know, these things happen, and I'm pretty used to getting little blocked messages and that sort of thing at the moment. But the interesting for that one is that it's only a partial blockage. But by saying partial blockage, it cuts out, even this thing tells me that it cuts out 88% of the world. So it's blocked in the US, blocked in Sweden, blocked in South Korea, blocked in Japan, blocked in the United Kingdom, blocked here in Australia. Like, all of like most of the most of the countries, sorry, that watch my stuff, it's blocked in. So it's like, okay, I'll just leave it off, and then if they remove that block, then you know, we'll go from there and release it as its own thing, and whatnot. But there's some interesting things coming up. Those who are on the Patreon are going to have a look at some things. First one is more correct. Okay, yeah, but one in Sweden can pronounce it right as it is a Danish name. Ah, okay, all right, fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. I think I just called. I think most of the time I just call you Cat anyway, don't I? So I suppose I can just continue doing that if that's okay with you. It's probably easier for everybody involved. But yeah, so for those who are on the Patreon, you guys have seen what is coming out at the moment, and there's been some real interesting stuff this week. Really, really interesting that I'm really excited for when that stuff comes here to YouTube, because it's just phenomenal stuff. For instance, actually, I will just quickly while I'm here. Schedule that before I forget. So, the first one that will be coming up to YouTube now is Le Jazz de V, which is the, well, obviously V from BTS, which I loved that. I loved doing the reaction to that. That was absolutely wonderful. But it is kind of interesting, too, going through this and talking about last week, which was the Disney week, right? When in my head, I'm a week ahead of that now. But I'm still trying to work out what's going to come to Patreon this week. So I'm still at a bit of a loss on that one at the moment. But I'm trying to kind of do this. Yes, you do. It is okay. I have so many. Yeah, that's fair enough. Part of why I want to do this kind of live thing a little bit more often. I'm planning on doing it weekly. We'll see how it goes. But is to kind of keep me honest as well, where I can go, okay, well, here's what's coming up on Patreon, and for the Patreon people, here's what's coming up for you guys as well. I would like to be able to do that. I've got to work out how streaming on Patreon works as well, because that's a whole other process that I haven't worked out yet, but the plan is there. Saw it on Patreon, always down to watch it. Yeah, it was wonderful. It was absolutely wonderful. And I can't fault it. Like that man's got such a great affinity for the jazz stuff. It's really, really nice. But yeah, so I just want to kind of have a chat about that stuff as well, because for those who haven't followed on the Patreon yet, we've got another Dimash song coming through, Sinful Passion, which that's another one that was told to me to have a look at ages ago, and I just never did. And I'm glad I did now. Proof Live, BTS as well. But some a lesser-known artist with Galdive, which was during the process of kind of looking at that, I believe it was the Killing Voice video. Somebody had said, hey, have a look at these guys. They're really cool. So I looked into them because I'd never heard of them before. And they're an Indonesian band that, frankly, when I had to listen to them, they were just wonderful. Seriously, absolutely wonderful. There was a lot of stuff going on there that my brain just kind of nerded out, because it was lovely. It was lovely to look at, lovely to listen to. The voices were great, and the way that the music's put together is great. He really does. He's an old soul. Yeah, 100%. 100% he is. He's got a great talent for it. And when it comes to V doing jazz, I'm hoping, because here's the thing, I've said this in that video as well, that jazz is a little bit of a dying art form, and I'm really hoping that someone like V can put it into the public eye a little bit more again, so that people can develop it. It seems easy to stream live reactions on Patreon due to it is more private. Yeah, I have heard that. Yeah, we'll see what the go is. I really don't know the details. But I would like to do more. I'm going to be doing more for Patreon as well, like more what's the word? Exclusive? Yeah, more exclusive stuff for Patreon. I just haven't had a chance to really look into how to make it work, is the thing. Because when my brain works, I have the plan to do it. I start looking into it, realize that there's about 1,000 different steps to it. My brain shuts off. I digress. I go to something else. It's the way I've always been, and it sucks, basically. But I am trying to keep things a little bit more open and honest with that sort of thing. It will help me as well get into a rhythm of keeping things like a week, technically 2 weeks ahead, rather. You know that feeling? Yeah. I've noticed that that quite a few people that get into my stuff have that same sort of headspace with things. But yeah, so that's the week ahead. Oh, actually, no, there's one more that I didn't mention as well. Was Fire in the Booth with Ren. Yeah, that pardon me. That one's full on. That's awesome. For those who don't know what Fire in the Booth is, I believe it's in English. It's an English show that this guy gets on rap artists to basically, I don't know if it's really improvising per se, but the way that it's was explained to me is that they get people on there to just, spit bars, right? And my God, did Bren spit. Good Lord, he was very, very cool in that. And yeah, can't wait to see more, genuinely. Very, very excited to see more of his stuff again. But just don't know what to go into. ADHD is my downfall in that regard. Start something, it's seemingly very involved. My brain says no. Me too. I have my ADHD medication right here, and it works 90% of the time. It keeps me a little bit more grounded. Checklists are a good tool. Let me show you how many checklists I have. Hang on. I have them somewhere. Notes. Where are we? Okay, not sure if you can see that. All of them are checklists that I've made and haven't gone into. But anyway, actually, one of them, I should go into one of those. It's a Magic the Gathering deck I was trying to make. Oh, that's fine. I totally forgot all about that. But it doesn't matter. But anyway, I have a list of songs now from some of the bad reactions as well that I want to cover, because they did the songs so poorly that I want to at least do them a little bit of justice. I get that. Brain shuts down for a bit. Lists are invaluable. Yeah, it's true. Lists are invaluable. It's my fault that I don't go in and look at them. But I've got some interesting things kind of happening here as well, because I mentioned a while ago that I want to start doing album reviews, and the thing that I haven't done it. If I remember to check the lists, bingo, that's exactly right. But the thing that has stopped me doing those album reviews that I was talking about before is I didn't know what the best way would be to film them, because I wanted to film them. I didn't want to do them the same way that I'm doing the Griever Gaming videos, where it's like a voiceover. Because fact of the matter is, I don't know what footage I would use either if I was to do it that way. But what I kind of want to do is, I have an idea in my head whether or not it happens. I have seen it all as, yeah, special needs teacher. Yeah, for sure. For sure you would have. But the way that I've kind of got it in my head is that I've got a green screen that I'm going to set up. Not in here, but I've got a relatively empty room next to me that I'm planning on setting it up in there, and then doing it almost like a bit of a news report sort of style. I'm not sure how it will work. If that video never comes out, then you know I hated it and whatnot. But I'm hoping to kind of sort out that room and set up that green screen in the next probably sometime this week, so that I can attempt it. Because I wouldn't mind doing that with the gaming stuff as well, like have me interject at times. Actually, when it comes to the gaming one as well, I have set myself one hell of a project. With the one that I'm currently writing a script up for, that was a bad game. All I'm gonna say is a bad game. Nonsensical. I'm a sucker for a good story, but if you tell me that that this particular game was a good story, I would have to say that you were wrong. I don't know if I should reveal what the game was. I'll maybe just leave that for the video itself. But good lord, it was a nightmare. Yeah, but anyway, we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, keeping busy, definitely keeping busy. Got a lot of ideas that I would like to start as well. Because actually, those of you who are on the Patreon have seen some of the things that I've dropped about the fantasy book that I'm doing as well. Tease. Yeah, a little bit. Actually, I suppose it doesn't really matter, because it's going to be over on the other channel anyway. But the game itself is called The Callisto Protocol. Oh, it was not good. Remembering the lists is a task in itself. Countless notebooks I buy for lists that then never use. Yeah, that's another thing as well. I play Dungeons and Dragons. I do a lot of the DMing side of things, and I've bought over the years hundreds. It's got to be in the hundreds of notebooks that I've just got like a few pages of things scribbled in, and then have like tossed it aside because it's like, no, I hate that idea. I'm going to put that aside. I'll start another one. So many new apps there to help with the problem, but I've not looked into them for 5 years. That is a problem, actually, because that having so many apps as well gives you paralysis of choice, which is another neurodivergent thing that tends to be an issue. Like, it's insane. Like, you can kind of go, all right, I'll sort by the best ones and go from there. That's where I collect notebooks. Yeah, I think we all do. I think that's a neurospicy thing, for sure. But yeah, I've got stupid amounts, absolutely stupid amounts. But yeah, so a lot of ideas as well, because as the Patreon people know, I've got the fantasy book that I'm writing as well, that I've got little bits and pieces, releasing little bits and pieces of here and there. Actually, speaking of, I should be releasing another character bio for that in the next couple of days. I'm just not quite happy with how it's written up so far. So I need to do a little bit of editing on that. But but yeah, lots of stuff going on. So but what is it you guys want to see? What is it you guys have seen that you really enjoyed, at least like over the last couple of weeks? Because I'd love to hear from you guys what kind of keeps you guys interested, so that I can, you know, look more into it and try and kind of stay along that vein, because I don't want to venture too far away from things. Book sounds interesting. I'm glad because it's taken a little bit of time to kind of think of the plot, and even then, like I've got story beats done. I've got story beats down, but like intertwining them is the hard part. But I do a lot of D&D writing, like so Dungeons and Dragons writing, and I'm kind of treating it a bit like that. With all its twists and turns and all that sort of thing, to really get people kind of interested in it. And that's why it's a combination of fantasy and sci-fi. Well, sci-fi-esque. I wouldn't really call it sci-fi. When there's more information dropped on that, you'll see why. But yeah, very, very interested to do some more of that. Just trying to think now too. But yeah, so what is it you guys want to see? That's the important thing to me, is I want to know what you guys have really enjoyed over the past couple of weeks. Because when it comes to the Disney stuff, I kind of thought it would do a bit better than it did, to be honest. Like Dan's was decent. Dan's stuff always gets really good views. But the others didn't. And the one from that was the duet got the least amount of views, and I'm shocked about that, to be honest. Like genuinely shocked, because that was absolutely incredible. But you know, but these things happen because you just don't know. Like I kind of went on a whim trying to look for things that are a little bit out there when it came to that. So who knows? You know, it's definitely an interesting process looking at what does and doesn't work. I'm sure it takes forever, but I like the videos where you compare different artists' takes on the same song. Yeah, they do take a lot longer, but I do enjoy doing them as well. The thing is, I don't know what song to look at the moment. Like, a lot of people have suggested doing another Phantom of the Opera already, because there's so many, right? So many people have tried to do it. But I feel like... Sorry, not Phantom of the Opera, Music of the Night from Phantom of the Opera, right? And the part of the reason that I don't want to do that is because I kind of feel like I've said everything that I wanted to say when it comes to the song itself. So I feel like I would be a bit spent in doing that. But, you know, if people wanted to see that, 100%, I would go into that. But that's another thing as well. I really want to find out and have a look at, there's a song. What is it? I can't remember it now, but there was a song that I had in my head and it's gone. Well, it doesn't matter, I suppose. I'll think of it later. I hope. But yeah, I am hoping to do some more of those. Maybe if there were not many artists that people know. Yeah, I think that's 100% what played into it. I think that 100% played into it, for sure. Because I went for the more abstract, which is why I specifically put Dan at the start voice play at the end when I started to think about it, and then I'd put Panic at the Disco in the middle to kind of have the 3 kind of steps. Hey Michael, hello from Australia. Good to see you in the chat. But that was why I kind of put these 3 artists that people knew, right, in slots 1, 2, and 1, 3, and 6 in the end. It ended up being, because I didn't do a 7th one because I'm an idiot. And kind of like filled the gaps in the middle, but you know, but that's what happens. Songs get blocked on YouTube all the time, and it's it's a bit of a pain. It's a bit of a pain because, and here's another thing as well. Something that has been happening to a lot of people. It hasn't happened to me, thankfully, but I've had a couple of conversations with people where they'll put up a video and it's totally fine. They don't care. Like the artists don't care. But it's when it gets to a certain amount of viewership, then they block it. They actively go through and strike it. And it's like, this is getting you more business. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, but, you know, people get upset about it. And these are ones that aren't monetized too. Like, basically the way that works, right, is that a lot of the reactions that we do, some of the artists are gracious enough to allow us to monetize it, and others aren't, right? Others don't. And it's 9 times out of 10 the ones that the artist hasn't let them monetize, and then when it gets a certain amount of views, then later on they go, nah, block it, get it off. And it's a weird system, and I don't like it very much. But there's been a lot of people looking into like fraudulent copyright claims as well at the moment. Like people copyright claiming things. This Tommy's Disney covers. I know. I didn't do them because I think I did have one on the channel. Let me check. I forget all the Tommy stuff that I've done. Let me have a look here. Phantom, Down Easter Alexa. God, I loved that song, Down Easter Alexa. Oh, we'll go on. Never Ending Story. Oh, interesting. Oh, hang on. No, wait, there's another page. Hang on a minute. Oh, no, there's not. That's interesting. I was so sure I had done one of his. Didn't I do I Can Go the Distance? I'm sure I did. Hang on. Now I've got to look into this. Because it wouldn't be the first time that I had recorded something and forgotten to upload it. Or did he not do that one? No, he did. He absolutely did. I'm sure I've heard it. What? Why is it not on my YouTube? That's very confusing. I'm gonna have to have a look on my hard drive later. I'll have a look. I didn't get it. I don't get it either. It's free publicity for them. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, when it comes to the, like the BTS ones, right? I think I was monetized for one of the BTS ones, maybe 2. But for the most part, if you're doing a direct one from their YouTube channel, they don't allow it to be monetized, and that's totally fine. But they encourage people to still do it. Like, they're really nice about it. They encourage people to still do the reactions, but they don't allow the monetization. But then there are some companies that just go, they won't allow the monetization, and then when it gets a certain amount of viewership, they're like, nah, just pull that. It's strange. Actually, it did happen to me, sorry. It did happen to me. It did happen to me with Dimash doing show must go on. That did happen to me. That was very, very early in the channel, but unfortunately, I don't have that anymore either. Like, I don't have that video because I unfortunately deleted the original file, thinking I can just download it from YouTube anyway. But when they block the video, you can't download it. Then it just goes nah. No, not allowing you to download it. And I got copyright claimed on it. Yeah, so basically they allowed me to put it up. So I had it up. It was up for a week. I said to them, like, oh, sorry, hang on. Let me go back to the start. I uploaded it, right? It was up for about a week. It got crazy viewership, and they wouldn't allow me to monetize it, and that was fine. But then when it got to a certain point, they blocked it, and not only did they block it, they actively put a copyright strike on it, and the channel got a copyright strike. It's gone now because it's long past its thing, but I actually did some looking into the people that were doing the copyright strike, and they didn't own the rights for that video anyway. I'd actually forgotten about that, so that was really fun. That was a fun time because it was a really good video too. It was a really good reaction, but maybe one of these days I'm gonna have to go back and just rewatch it and whatnot, because I'm pretty sure it was a couple of years ago now that was that I reacted to that one. Let me just have a quick look here. Because it would have been... Oh my god, I've got 176 videos on this channel now? When did that happen? Happens, unfortunately. Chinese TV shows like Singer are very strictly copyrights, also Korean shows. Yeah. Yeah. I believe Singer were the ones that did it. And then it turned out that they didn't have the rights to the song anyway, and that's what they were copyright claiming for. Not for the video, not for the use of the video, for the use of the song that they didn't have the rights to. And I was like, so that boiled my blood quite a bit. Yeah. So it would have been 2022. 3 years nearly. Oh my god. I'm just going to have to re-record that one because it's been so long since I've heard it. It'd be like hearing it anew anyway. I wouldn't do the same version though, because, you know, don't want that happening again. But anyway. But yeah, it happens. You know, you just kind of deal with that sort of thing. But anyway. Are we going to watch Poison together? Oh, I'm definitely going to be reacting to that. Definitely going to be reacting to that, because that... Okay, that is one of my favorite Alice Cooper songs. Genuinely. That and Feed My Frankenstein, because I was a huge Wayne's World fan growing up, and whatnot. So yeah, Poison, that's definitely one. Definitely one we're gonna have a look at. For sure. And I'm actually really excited to see how Eric did that. It was Eric that did that, right? I'm not misremembering. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So that only came out yesterday. Yeah. Crazy. Have you heard of a Chinese singer, Xiao Shen? Yes. Okay. So, interestingly enough, I have tried to do several of Xiao Shen's songs, and every single time, the recording is stuffed up. Seriously, I don't know why. I do not know why. I will try another one this week and try and get that onto, well, it'll go on Patreon first. But yeah, I couldn't believe it. Seriously, every single time that I've tried it, every time something has gone wrong. And the first one was just idiotic because I had a rain track. Because like, when I'm on the computer, I listen to a rain track and music to kind of like clear my head. It helps me focus on what I'm doing, and like just to have that kind of white noise. And I left the track running. I didn't even realize. I was so used to it. I didn't even realize that I had the track running through the entire recording. And then I tried again the week after, and somehow I didn't film it. Dre his duet with Sir Ding Ding, Upwards to the Moon. All right, good to know. That is one that I haven't tried. Yep, I will. I'm gonna bookmark that right now. Okay. Awesome. Okay, that's cool. Would be funny to hear what songs you, as a vocal coach, suggest to Eric, Dan, and Tommy. What would you like to hear? Oh. Eric's easy. Eric is really easy for me to pick one. I would love to hear him do I would love to hear how he goes with Whitesnake. Was it the same with Wisdom? So Wisdom was another interesting one. Yeah, there was something that happened with Wisdom, but I don't remember what it was, because I know that I tried doing... Yes, because there was 3 recordings that I did in the same day that all had that track. Yes, it was with Wisdom. I think it was Wisdom, Xiaoshen, and I want to say it was a Dimash as well. I think I did one of each, and that happened. And I just haven't tried Wisdom since. So I'm actually going to keep that as a note as well. Just adding that to my list. So I'll get to those probably this week. And hello, Jen. Good to see you in the chat. So as for what I want to hear Eric sing, I want to hear him do Whitesnake. So Whitesnake is a band headed by David Coverdale, who would have been known from Deep Purple originally. And they're the ones that do Here I Go Again on My Own, down the only road I've ever known. I think his voice would kill it. I think his voice would do that so well. And but specifically, I don't want to hear that song. I want to hear him do In the Still of the Night by Whitesnake. I think he would kill it. The 80s rock. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. His voice is so perfect for it. And in a way that the 80s rockers weren't. Like, don't get me wrong, David Coverdale, insane vocalist. Oh, crap. Ian Gillan. I was trying to think of his name. Ian Gillan. His voice cracked, right? Insane. But it's like they were the beginning of the kind of technique, and Eric is now taking that and run with it and is so much further ahead when it comes to the technique side of it. So I love hearing it. I love hearing what he does. So he's an easy one. I want to hear him do Whitesnake. I would kill to hear him do In the Still of the Night, because I think he would absolutely do it. There's a part in there where it goes so high. It's just one slide up. In the Still of the Night, but it's like an octave higher. I'm not warm, and like my voice isn't warm enough to actually do it in that octave, at least right now. But I reckon he would just kill it. I think he'd do it so well. And he seems like the kind of guy that would know the song too. I could be wrong, but he seems like the kind of guy. Tommy and Dan, they're an interesting one because they're so versatile. Not to say that Eric's not. Eric is as well, but there's not been a single thing that I've heard Tommy do that I've gone, that could have been better. It's always been brilliant, and the range of stuff that he's done has been insane. Like he did the both male and female part of Phantom of the Opera. He's done Never-Ending Story, which was a completely different change, right? I Want It All, which again was a completely different change, and then he does all of his Majestica stuff, which again is completely different. And then also, funnily enough, how I mentioned Deep Purple before, he did Burn, right? Which again is entirely different. I don't know what I would want to hear Tommy do. Because so far, there's been... Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I want to know how he would handle... I want to know how he would handle Life in the Fast Lane by the Eagles. Because, right, his style would be insane to add to that song. I think he'd do something very special with that, to be completely honest. Have thought of BTS doing Whitesnake. Most of the songs on his new album, Echo, have a rock edge, various styles. Jin, that would be very interesting. I think Jin could pull it off. I think Jin could pull it off. Seriously. I would need to hear it, but I'm pretty sure he could pull it off. He did Child in Time. That's right, he did do Child in Time. That's right. Child in Time is very good as well. That is another one. Deep Purple have got some excellent stuff. Like, for all guitarists to immediately start playing Smoke on the Water, right? Because it is the most recognizable riff, despite the fact it's not a guitar riff, it's a bass riff. It says something, right? It absolutely says something. As for Dan, though, I don't know what I would want to hear Dan do. Because how do you go, hey, I really want to hear you do this when he does Gethsemane, he does the way he did I'll Make a Man Out of You, the way he does pretty much anything he does, right? I would, if I had to say, look, gun to my head, if I had to say something for Dan, I'm gonna make sure he didn't do this already. Hang on a second. No, he hasn't. Tommy did this one, though. Alone by Heart. I would like to see it. Love Deep Purple. Love Ian Gillan's Jesus Christ Superstar. Ian Gillan did that really, really well. Back when I was in the show, because I performed in Jesus Christ Superstar, I played Judas. I listened to a lot of those recordings. A lot. To try and kind of work out my style with Judas, because there are a lot of people in history that have performed as Judas, and there are a lot that I didn't like as Judas. Because the thing for me, Heart is great. Heart is phenomenal. But the thing that gets me about the part of Judas, right, is that what I was noticing is, so Jesus Christ Superstar is the story of Jesus as told by the perspective of Judas, right? And what you pretty much have is people assuming, okay, I hear Heart, I think Barracuda. Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely their most well-known song. But when it comes to Jesus Christ Superstar, they think of Judas as narrator. And when you think of a narrator in a musical, you think of the narrator from Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, where it's kind of all one-dimensional, right? So a lot of people do that same thing with Judas, and I didn't like that. I wanted to do it completely different, because it's like, no, like, Judas has some of the most heart-wrenching, emotional stuff to sing in that show. Like, I'm sorry, the song I Don't Know How to Love Him, that's sung in that by originally Mary Magdalene, but the reprise is done by Judas in a higher key, like, just as he's betrayed Jesus. Like, there's so much emotional thing there, but I noticed that people weren't playing on that. And it sucked, right? But having said this, all of the recordings that I heard, all of the people that were playing Jesus, phenomenal. If you get a chance to have a listen to it, have a listen to the Australian recording where it was John Farnham as Jesus, and is it John Stevens? John Stevens, Jesus Christ Superstar? Yep, John Stevens from a band called Noiseworks. Was it Noiseworks that he was in? Hang on. I believe it is. Give me a second here. Yes, it was Noiseworks. So their version of that, like John Stevens and John Farnham singing alongside one another, insane. If you get a chance to have a listen to it, highly recommend. John Stevens was probably the person that I've based my performance on the most of the ones that I saw. Wow, Blast from the Past? Yeah. It's 94, I believe, if I remember rightly. 1994. Which is crazy. That's absolutely insane that it was that long ago now. Doom scrolling on Insta, I watch any Dan video that pops up. 100%. 100%. I'd love to have a chat with him. Like, genuinely, I would love to have a chat with Dan, because there's so much that I could definitely learn from him. And but not even just that, I would love to just have a nerd musical conversation with him to kind of find out where his head's at with certain things. I have an original vinyl album of Jesus Christ Superstar. Are you serious? That's insane. Oh my god, hold on to that. That'll be worth money. It's probably not sealed though, right? If it was sealed, oh my god. It would be worth a ton. Oh my god. Yeah, wow. Yeah, original vinyl of JCS. That's crazy. Because who was on the original cast of that? Who is singing on that? I'm gonna Google it. Because I'm intrigued now. I said the G word, and my phone was like, hey, yeah, you want me to do a thing? No, I don't. Let me have a look here. Oh, John English. John English was Judas, right? Yeah, Trevor White was Jesus and John English was Judas. That's right. Oh my god. John English, wow. What a voice. Another Australian, actually, funnily enough. Actually, no, was he Australian? Well, I mean, he lived here for the longest time. I suppose we count him as Australian. Maybe English, but probably most likely Australian. Yeah, John English. Yeah. That's insane. That's insane. I actually saw John English live in Pirates of Penzance. And I did say Pirates of Penzance, not Pirates of Men's Pants. That a lot of people think that is called. Yeah, that was great. First time I bought as a teenager, not sealed. Yeah, no, of course it wouldn't be. But yeah, no, I don't blame you. My God, that's insane. That's insane. But no, great question before about like what I would love to hear them, to hear Eric, Dan, and Tommy sing. That was Girk Salsa. Is that how I pronounce that? Thank you for that question. That was really good. Acted in a few TV shows as well. Against the Wind was the one that I really liked from John English. Against the Wind was really good. I thought that was really, really well done. For those who don't know, a little bit of Australian lore here. Against the Wind was a show that was kind of chronicling the first settlers in Australia, the convicts. Who are your favourite singers? Oh, geez, now it's like asking me to choose between children, like choose which one's my favorite child. I don't have children, by the way, but it's what I imagine the choice is. Favorite singers. See, it really depends on what day you catch me. Because I can break it up, right? Because I can break it up into who's the most technically gifted, right? And that straight off the bat is probably Dimash, right? But when it comes to my favorite ones, oh gosh. So James LaBrie from Dream Theater has always had a very special place in my heart. The way that man's voice is, the technique that he uses is kind of crazy. I'll say tying in that list as well, we've got Roy Khan and Tommy Karavec, both vocalists for the band Camelot. Both are equally as good. Very different voices, but equally as good. I find one to be more emotive and one to be more technically brilliant, and they basically they're a fantastic exchange for one another. Ooh. It's hard. It's hard beyond that. What's the gentleman's name from Power to the Fall? Can't remember his name. Marco Saresto, I believe it's pronounced. Marco, incredible vocalist. Like, when it comes to his vocal, he's more one of the easy listening guys for me, where he doesn't go out of his way to write songs that are crazy, right, for his voice, but the way that he handles them, brilliant. There's brilliance in simplicity, truthfully. Aside from that, I would probably say that Don Henley and Robert Plant as well, but obviously younger Robert Plant is what I mean. When he was doing the Led Zeppelin stuff. Mind you, his bluesy sort of stuff is really good as well. Steve Perry. But that's only when it comes to the men, because I can't find myself comparing men and women's voices. I can't be like, this one's better than this one, or in my opinion. So female voices is another thing entirely, but you've got, but you'll see a running theme with this one, I think. Simone Simmons from Epica, Floor Jensen from Nightwish, Amy Lee from Evanescence, Elise Reed from Amaranth, They're all very similar. They're very, very similar kind of vocal styles. But I love it. I love it. Agneta, or I'm not going to try and bastardize that last name, from ABBA sang Maria Magdalene in Swedish. Is that right? That's interesting. Because I was just trying to think, because the most recent televised one, like the one that was put on stage but it was recorded, was Tim Minchin and... Tim Minchin as Judas and someone else. I don't remember, but I didn't particularly like the Jesus and that much, to be honest. I thought, and Tim's a brilliant musician, but I thought it was a bit, I don't know, something was off about the production. It wasn't Tim's fault, but something was weird about it. I'm just trying to think too, because what other musicals? Because I mentioned as well that I want to start doing musical reviews, and I just haven't done them because I want to sit down with somebody and like hash out the musicals themselves. So what are musicals that people would like reviewed is probably a question I should put out to you guys, because I'd love to do some of the more popular ones, especially at the moment. You've got Epic the musical as well, which I would love to do a review of, but that would be a huge undertaking because it's like 4 different albums of that, or 4, maybe 5, 4 or 5 different albums of that now, which are all incredible, by the way, insane. But, yeah, because I would really like to know what you guys want to do for that one. They're saying in the 70s? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Because that wouldn't have been too long after the original then, because I'm pretty sure the original was, yeah, 72. Yeah, 1972 was when that came out, so that wouldn't have been too... Oh, no, sorry. Oh, hang on, sorry. I've got the original Australian cast here. I don't want the original Australian cast. I want the original... The original. 73? Oh, I don't even know anymore. You're not a musical guy, so you don't know. That's fair enough. That's fair enough. And not everybody is. Not everybody is. That's the thing. Because here's the thing too. You can, and here's the thing, like, as a non-musical person, right? It's so hard to, like, to say, hey, you'll really like this musical. Oh, stupid warnings, go away. It's hard. Why is there another one? Go away. Stupid warnings. It's really hard to kind of be like, oh, you'd really like this, because every musical is so different. Like, you could go into a musical and really love it, and like love every minute of it, and go, oh, I must like musicals. And then you go to see another one and you go, oh, this sucks. like I cannot explain how much I dislike, and now I know that some people are going to just hate this opinion. I can't stand Cats. I can't do Cats. Cats is awful. And the movie was bad. Like, don't, like, it was rough. Very, very rough. Which is ironic, because that's the sound a dog makes. There are videos on YouTube with Agneta. Oh, yeah. You want them Discord? Yeah, I mean, sure. Send them over. Why not? I'll definitely give them a listen. You're not alone. I'm so glad. Like, I know people that go nuts for Cats. I know people that love it. Like, cannot get enough of Cats. and I hate it. It's so incredibly uncomfortable for me. I've never understood how appealing it is. Then you better don't listen to Church and sing Memory. Well, here's the thing, right? I love the song. I love that song. I think it's brilliant. But every musical has that song, right? That you kind of go, oh, I'll pick that. Oh, I'll grab that. You know, like even West Side Story had, like the song Maria, that I don't particularly like it, but my God, it was popular, right? And West Side Story is a bit of a, I mean, it's an all right musical. It's fine, I suppose, but Cats makes me so incredibly uncomfortable. And I will admit too, the movie of Cats, I feel so bad. There's a friend of mine that I dragged to that. I dragged him to see Cats because I knew it was going to be bad. And he was not a musical guy. I did not warn him what he was in for either. Thoroughly Modern Millie. Yeah, that's another one that's just kind of like, Have Chess and Christina from the ABBA guys. Chess is incredible. I love Chess. Like, the musical itself, I'm like, okay, whatever, but the music is so good in Chess. There are several versions of Anthem, the song Anthem from Chess, that I thoroughly enjoy. Is it Tommy Korterberg? Is that how you pronounce his name? His version of that, which I believe he was the original one to do it, is untouchable. Untouchable. Absolutely brilliant. And then Josh Groban did it later, and I love Josh Groban's stuff. I love his stuff, love his voice. Was heavily inspired by Josh Groban when I was going through my classical stuff. But it doesn't beat Tommy's one. I grew up watching older musicals, Singing in the Rain, Seven Brides of Seven Brothers, that era. I enjoy Grease. I don't enjoy Grease. Again, it's another one where the music is fine, but my issue is I need to remember that it's a product of its time. Like, it was playing on the nostalgia of the 50s when it came out, right? So it was kind of like, well, all right, it is what it is. But, you know, yeah, whatever. Grease 2 was a lot worse, to be honest. Like, I thought that was bad. But Grease I give a pass to because it was a nostalgia trip. More than it was anything else. And it did have some great songs. Like, I actually did a cover of Hopelessly Devoted to You once Olivia Newton-John passed away. That should be on this channel somewhere, actually. It's an interesting one. Because I kind of just whipped that one together last minute when she passed. Tommy has sung Anthem. Yeah. Yes, I do need to look at that, I believe. I don't think I've seen him do it yet. So I do need to have a look at that. Murray Head singing One Night in Bangkok gives me chills. That is such a good song. And you don't expect it. It's got no right having as good a beat as it does. Like, who does that? Like, who writes a song and goes, yeah, let's put that beat in there? Like, insane. Insane to me. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers was one of only 2 musicals Mum liked. She loved it. I've seen it so many times. It's a popular one. A lot of those older ones, I'm a bit funny on, but I think a large part of the reason for that is because they are very dated. Like, a lot of them don't hold up to kind of like modern storytelling. They're good nostalgia trips, I suppose. The only ones actually from around... It's interesting to me, right? Because when you think of musicals and the ones that really hold up, you've got Lloyd Webber. Well, half of Lloyd Webber's stuff. The other half tends to fail. Looking at You, Love Never Dies. What was that? And Stephen Sondheim, who did Into the Woods and Sweeney Todd. And it's because they're so intricate. There's so much intricacy. Whereas I feel like a lot of the older musicals was just put some notes down on the page, it's fine. Have you heard Anton from Christina? No, I don't believe so. If you want to throw that into the Discord as well, I'll have a look. But yeah, I kind of want to do more of this sort of thing, like where we just kind of like chill and hang out, discuss songs, that sort of thing. The other one she loved was Carousel. I you know what? Actually, Carousel. Yeah, I quite like Carousel. It's got some really nice parts in it. Tell you one that I'm like hot and cold on though. I'm super hot and cold on Chicago. Like, I find that it can be done really, really well, but I also find that, like, if it's not done properly, it's bad. Like, really bad. Another one that I'm hot and cold on, which is a little bit more of a modern musical, is Rent. That's another one that, like, I love the music, but if it's not done properly and... like, there's some dark stuff in Rent. If they lean into it, it's great. If they lean into it too far, it becomes awkward. If they don't lean into it, there's no point. So, oh, okay, he's already there. Okay, brilliant. But yeah, Rent is one where it's like a tightrope. If you go too far with the kind of dark grittiness of it, it becomes awkward and uncomfortable. If you don't lean into it hard enough, it's like, what's the point of even doing this show? But you've got to find that really perfect middle ground. Never seen Chicago? Oh, look, it's not hugely popular, but it's definitely one that's yeah, it's hot or cold with me, for sure. I tell you what, I loved Hamilton though. Like, I didn't think I would. Like, the idea of a kind of hip-hop musical coming out, I thought that was an insane choice. Like, when I heard that Lin-Manuel Miranda was creating this, I was kind of like, even the name sounds insane. Like, that was my thing. And my now ex, but girlfriend at the time, was trying to get me to listen to it because she was heavily into like hip hop, R&B, and that sort of thing. And she's like, listen to it. Huge like Nicki Minaj fan, all of those sorts of people, right? Kanye, all those people. And she's like, listen to it. You'll love it. And I'm going, no, I won't. I won't love it. And then I heard it and I'm like, I love it. Like, this is kind of crazy. For anybody that has Disney Plus, definitely go and watch that because it's really, really good. Really good. And I'm glad they haven't made a proper movie of it yet. I know they will. Because Hollywood's got no ideas left. They're just making remakes of things or basing movies off pre-existing fan bases, right? That's all they're doing at the moment. There's no original idea in Hollywood. So they will make a movie at some point. I'm glad that they've just recorded a stage production of it because there's no way that it's going to work on the screen. They prove that, like, there are so many musicals that can work on screen. There are so many musicals that should not be touched on screen. You know, unless you're going to change them drastically, it should not be done on screen. Sadly true? Yeah, 100%. If it's not a superhero movie, which already has pre-existing material, pre-existing fan bases, and basically a world that is rebootable on a whim, right? It's remakes, sequels to things that are long past their prime. Like, I even saw that they want to do a Back to the Future 4. Don't. Like, just leave it. Like, if you're not going to have Michael J. Fox there, and let's face it, I don't know if he could get on a set with how he's deteriorated with Parkinson's. Don't do it. Like, just don't touch it. Like, good lord. But then we see what a lot of the kind of reboots do as well. Like, The Crow. Oh, man. The Crow was awful. Like, the remake of The Crow. The original Crow was incredible. Remakes of remakes of remakes. It's 100% what it is. Like, when they did the all-female remake of Ghostbusters, that flopped. Because nobody wanted to see it. It was just unwatchable. Musical Cinderella, Rodgers and Hammerstein watched all of those. Yes. Yeah. Musical Cinderella. Actually, you know what? The Disney stuff's good. I do forget that Disney have a lot of musicals. Like a lot of stage versions of their movies, basically. And they do a fantastic job of adapting them as well. Like, Lion King was on stage is brilliant. If you haven't seen The Lion King on stage, ooh, highly recommend. Highly recommend. It's really well done. You know, if done properly, obviously. Like, there's got to be a huge budget. Huge budget. But very, very good. Very, very good. But yeah, Rodgers and Hammerstein, Hammerstein rather. They have a lot. They have a lot of really good stuff. A lot of stuff that kind of went by the wayside as well. Like, don't get me wrong, they had as many, probably not as many flops as they had successes, but they've definitely got some successes. Jesse's A Christmas Carol, or Tommy's Stab on a Metal Musical. Yeah, I have heard that. And that was bad. The all-female Ghostbusters sucked, in my opinion. Yeah, and you see, like the thing that annoyed me was when people came out saying, I didn't like the Ghostbusters film, I didn't find it funny, I thought it was just crap. People immediately took the stance of, oh, you're sexist. It's like, no, I just thought the movie sucked. Like, it's got nothing to do with the fact that it's all women, like, that it's completely gender swapped. I don't care. Like, if you're gonna do that, that's fine. Just make it good. Like, couldn't care less about who's playing the parts. Like, honestly. But yeah, I still haven't listened to A Christmas Carol. I was meant to do it last Christmas. And I've been putting it off. But July is coming up. And we do have Christmas in July here. I might have a look at that. I'm not sure if anybody else does that around the world, because I've never really seen anybody talking about it, but we do Christmas in July, and I've always been told that it's because July is the middle of winter, so at that point we can do the whole roast turkey dinner, that sort of thing. Not that I've ever had a roast turkey dinner for Christmas by any stretch of the imagination, but yeah, that's a little bit of an Australian law. Yeah, not sure if that happens around the world. But mind you, we do the same thing in the middle of summer for Christmas anyway. So who knows? Like roasts and lots of seafood in Australia. Tell you what, it's kind of nuts. But yeah, so interesting. I've got a lot to think about. We're doing New Zealand, but it's not as big as it was for a while. Yeah, I've noticed that it kind of died off here too. Like when I was in my teenage years, it was kind of big. Like everywhere talked about Christmas in July. So you don't really hear about it anymore. It's kind of it's kind of odd. But yeah, I'd be interested to see if anybody in the Northern Hemisphere does that. Because that's why I was told that we do it, is so that we can have the hot dinner and do all of that in the middle of winter, and, you know, and we don't miss out on that festivity, right? And it's like, but it's not Christmas. Like, it's just another day. Like, I don't understand it. I never understood it, but it is what it is. It is what it is. But yeah. But anyway, just trying to think what else I want to cover. Oh yeah, I'm hoping to. So I'm gonna be getting into the studio and actually singing a little bit more as well. Many other countries do it. Copenhagen, they have a gathering. Oh, okay, that's nice. That's quite cool. I like that. But yeah, so over the next couple of weeks, I want to do more like in the actual studio, like actually singing myself and putting that sort of stuff up. Part of my idea of putting the green screen up and doing all that sort of stuff was so that I can film video clips rather than just having it with like like an animated waveform, which is what I had been doing up to this point. So that's all in the works as well for the channel. I'm really excited to see how all of that goes. But yeah, it looks like I'm gonna have like the next couple of weeks is gonna be pretty busy, which I'm excited about actually, because it means that I get to do a whole lot of different stuff that I wouldn't have thought to do otherwise. So I'm pretty excited about that. Mind you, stores start getting Christmas things in at the end of September. Yeah. Yeah, we have the same. We have the same. It's just insane. It is in Tivoli, the big theme park. Oh, that's really cool. But yeah, so with us here, like it's Christmas, right? We just have Christmas, and then hot cross buns start coming out for Easter. And like immediately, and Easter is not usually until like end of March or early April, right? It's insane. And then we don't really do Halloween, but we still get like some Halloween stuff, but that's always early. Yeah. Everything's a big corporate game for that, to get people going, hey, buy this stuff really cheap because this is the gear we couldn't get rid of last year. It's pretty much what it is. It's kind of nuts. But yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I've got a big couple of weeks ahead of me. And whatnot. And I want to thank all of you guys because as it is now, we have how many subscribers? We have 19,252, which is crazy because I'm pretty sure the last time I did one of these lives, I think it was at 15,000, which is a crazy number. And then we're nearly at we're nearly at 20,000, which is 1/5 of the way to 100,000. Like that's really special, and I'm really happy about that. And yeah, thank you guys, because you guys always stick around for that sort of thing. Doesn't matter what I do. There's been a lot of positivity, a lot of feedback, a lot of good positive feedback. So I genuinely appreciate it. So I will end this one here. It has been a very eventful week, and there will be more coming up for sure. But until next time, yeah, I'm gonna try and do another one of these next week as well. I might start it later. I might start it at like 12 o'clock here, which is more in keeping with when my videos release, regardless. So it might be a bit easier, just to kind of not have everybody freaking out, kind of going, this is a weird time for Jim to be doing things. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much. Like if you enjoyed, subscribe, do all that sort of thing.